talking about shin splints. It's something that I have struggled with from the past with my dancing career, and I want to help you be able to overcome your shin splints as well. We're going to be talking about diet, supplements, other natural ways to overcome shin splints, what you can do to prevent them in the future, and let's get started. What are shin splints? Shin splints is a muscle along here that usually gets too tight, and you get these little lumps almost in them, pulling almost away from the bone, and it causes this pain when we are walking, when we are running, when we're dancing, when we're jumping. It can just pull us out of a lot of things that we really want to be able to do, that we want to be able to accomplish. So if you're starting to experience pain along here, then you probably have shin splints. So for mild shin splints, here's my first 3-step plan of action for you to be able to overcome shin splints. One is rest. That is extremely hard for me being a dancer. I wasn't able to take the time usually to be able to rest very much. So when I'm talking about rest, I'm talking about maybe you're swimming, you're doing yoga, you're doing Pilates, you're doing other activities, but you're trying to get off of your feet a little bit more. Maybe you're doing ballet on the floor. There's lots of other different exercises you can find to be able to rest this muscle but still stay in shape as much as you possibly can. Especially stop jumping and doing those releves a whole lot. You want to give your body time to relax and heal itself, especially these muscles in here that have gotten a little bit too tight. If you rest now rather than forcing your body to go through something that is difficult for it and that is putting strain on your muscles, then you might actually be able to get back to your activity sooner rather than later. Stretching. So stretching is extremely important for these muscles to be able to heal. They've usually gotten knots along here or around here, wherever the shin splint is, and most of mine are around here. So there's a bone that goes along here, and if you go right up along it, you can stretch along there and sometimes a little bit more on the outer. It just depends. So you have to kind of figure it out. Using a foam roller, I actually have kept my foam roller in plastic, funny enough. I just like it clean, and then I can just wipe it down, so I'm a little funny about that. But, so forgive my little rapid package here. Using a foam roller, I don't know if you can see this, but putting pressure on it and just rolling it out back and forth, all the way down and all the way up, that feels really good. Get it where it needs. This is a little bit lighter. If you want something a little bit harder, you can use a tennis ball, and tennis balls are great for being able to get really into like one little particular spot, so you can again just put pressure on it. You can tell that I'm putting pressure on it, up and along it, get it where it needs. Then after you maybe do the foam roller, which is a little bit softer, then a tennis ball, which is a little bit harder, you can work yourself up to a lacrosse ball. This is definitely harder. I find sometimes a lacrosse ball is a little bit too hard for my shin splints. You can try it. If it works for you, then great, but if not, and it is too hard, go back to the tennis ball or go back to the foam roller. You don't want to aggravate it too much by putting too much pressure on it. Again, another stretch that you can do for shin splints is calf stretches as well. There are 2 different types of calf stretches. One is where you're just keeping your leg straight in the back, and the other is where you're bending it. Again, stretch out if you can too. I don't know if you can fully get your foot down, but this is a great stretch just to sit on your shins and really stretch those feet keep them a little bit more in the pointed positions. Your last step plan of action for mild shin splints is to ice. So ice about 3 times a day if you possibly can. So we know that ice decreases inflammation. It helps promote the healing that our body needs. So you need to ice to help those shin splints recover. Now for those people who have a little bit more serious shin splints, I would say keep on doing those first 3 if you can, but also there are some other deeper things that you can do for shin splints that will help you recover from them. My 4th step plan of action is for Graston or deep tissue massage sort of type of therapy. So the Graston technique I actually came across when I went to a chiropractor and they were certified in it. It is very similar to A-stem, which I talked about in one of my other previous videos on plantar fasciitis. They're very similar, not the same. A-stem uses usually plastic, as far as I know, plastic utensils, I'm gonna say. Graston is metal, and it is a similar technique where they're taking a metal, like let's say blade or whatever. That sounds awful, but it's actually very nice. Well, it sometimes hurts, but not bad. I'm ranting, sorry. Anyway, so they take it along there and they just go across, and it actually stretches the muscle out, breaks up scar tissue that has formed from the past, and really massages it out in a different way. I walk out feeling amazing when I get Graston therapy done. Usually the next day I'm a little bit sore, so again, ice after you get Graston done, but the Graston therapy technique really can help your shin splints. The Graston technique decreases the overall treatment of shin splints, so it makes it a little bit shorter where you really are isolating the muscle and being able to get back in more quickly. It reduces the need to take over-the-counter medication for anti-inflammatories. Graston also resolves people who thought had chronic issues before and think that it's permanent. It takes it all away. One form that you can use, you can find it sometimes chiropractors, again, physical therapists, look up in your area someone who might be able to do Graston therapy, especially if you think that they're chronic or you're not recovering from them as quickly as you want to be. Deep tissue massage would be, yes, you're using your thumbs. Again, you're going up in here and you're stretching it out, stretching it out, stretching it out. You're really getting in along there. I've actually had other people massage them for me, and sometimes they can dig around and find things that I don't even find. So my husband's really nice and actually massages me out. You can pay a massage therapist as well. That is deep tissue massage, but also Graston. All right, the next point is nutrition. Nutrition is essential for helping our body overcome inflammation as well. So I like to talk about it. We sometimes don't think about nutrition when we have a physical ailment such as an injury or something that is too tight in our body. Eat a well-rounded diet of fruits and vegetables and a clean diet of getting rid of those unhealthy fats and replacing it with the healthy fats, you know, like avocado and coconut oil, that will help decrease the inflammation that is going on in your body. We think about that when sometimes we get sick, but we don't always think about that in terms of when we get an injury. So also cutting out sugar. Sugar inflames the body by a lot. So cutting out sugar will help decrease the inflammation in your body so that it helps promote the healing that your body needs. Eat also a diet rich in magnesium and omega-3 fatty acids will also help promote healing for shin splints. Work on your form. So for me as a dancer, I would try to concentrate on classes that were a little bit more simplified. So you might be able to cut back if you are a dancer in terms of if there's complicated combinations, try to find places or find people who give more simplified combinations so that you can really concentrate on your technique and your form for a bit. If you're a runner, maybe you concentrate in terms of running through the balls of your feet rather than heel to foot. Concentrate on your form. Whatever type of athlete you are, really think about how can I work on my form during this time. Lastly, if you are not experiencing relief from these techniques that I talked about previously, you need to go in and see a doctor because you might have a stress fracture. Go in, get help so that you can recover. A word of encouragement for you today that encouraged me during a time with Shin Splints was Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I hope you have a good day staying happy, healthy, and well. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you back for more. Bye.